Have you done a recent inventory of the people you hang out with the most? It was Jim Rohn who said, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. Now, when you think about your life, your standards, how are you weighing in when it comes to the average of the people you hang out with the most? In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 4 different characteristics, categories of people who you should be having surrounding you in your life, those positive influencers. Stay tuned. It was Mark Twain who said, keep away from people who belittle your ambitions. Small people will do that, whereas the great tend to make you feel that you too can be great. Now, think about the positive influencers in your life. Who are they? And I can tell you who they're not, but it's more important to focus on who they exactly are. And how do you know? These are the people where you feel more energized, more motivated to do things and go after your goals and dreams. They make sure you stick to it. They are not those people who get caught in the toxic drama of complaining, blaming, and gossip. They are focused on plans, becoming the best of who they are. They're not worried about what another person's doing, comparing themselves to other or, slighting others or being in judgment. These are the people who raise you up. And Tony Robbins talks about if you want to change your life, change your business, change your relationships, it's all about increasing your standards. So who are you hanging out with? Because where you invest your time is where you're reflected in your standards. Now, let's talk a little bit more about this. When I talk about those 4 categories of people, they start with the champions. The champions are those people, are those little soldiers who kind of go out and they are the ones who will tell everybody about you. They love what you do. They love what they stand for. They'll share stories of podcasts, videos, books, things that have influenced them to make them better. Those are your champions. They are your supporters. Then we have the constants. The constants in your life, they really know you. They've been around you for a while. And they've been with you on the low times. They've been with you on the high times. And they are always there. You can depend on them. You can rely on them. They are your rocks. They are your go-to, because when you have tough times, they are there to help be beside you and help carry you through some of those tough times so you get on the other side. And they're also those people you celebrate with because they've been there all the time and you know that they're there to help you become better. Now, we also have the connectors. And these connectors, they can be in the workplace, they can be in businesses, organizations, but they can also be in everyday scenarios as well. These are the connectors who are connecting you to people, resources, articles, books, and they help you connect to opportunities that you might not otherwise have known about. There's a synergy with your connection. They're like, hey, I need you to introduce you to this person. Oh, did you know about this? You can get this. These are connectors, and we so need them in our lives. And then, of course, we have the challengers. The challengers are those people who challenge your assumptions, prevent you from jumping to conclusions. They also challenge your way of thinking, offering you different perspectives. They stretch you. They make sure you're stepping out of that comfort zone into who you need to be, to step into new opportunities, because they see greatness in you. Now, you're probably wondering but I have this kind of group of people. I have the champions. Well, you don't want to just have one group of people. You need to have the champions. You need to have the constants. You need to have the connectors, and you need to have those challengers. If you have solely only one group, it is time to diversify. You want to be able to have all of those people in your life to help stretch and grow you. And sometimes they come in the form of one person to have one category, or that one person can be 2 or 3 of the categories, maybe even all 4. But you need to diversify those people you surround yourself with so that you can stretch and grow into those new opportunities. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how do I attract positive influencers into my life? Well, first of all, become one. Like attracts like. And when you are focused on being a positive influencer yourself, helping others to be a connector, you can be their champion, you can be their constant, and you can be a challenger. Think about what the roles you play with the different groups of people that you hang out with. That positive thinking, positive attitude really will get you a lot further than, getting caught in negative thinking and surrounding yourself with people who are caught into the drama or chaos of life. Some people, there's an addiction to that. So you really want to be aware of the conversations, that you're empowering each other, and put yourself in situations where you step out of your comfort zone. That is the best way to connect with other people. When you are both stretching out of your comfort zone and becoming the best version of you, there's no other better feeling than I can describe. The connection, there's that vulnerability, but there's also this deep knowing. It's like, certain people from years past where you've grown through situations with them, you can go back and connect to that. It's meaningful and it has significance as well. So think about the people you're hanging out with in your life and how they challenge you to become a better version of yourself. Now, I came across this really good quote by John Wooden, and he said, "Whatever you do in your life, surround yourself with smart people who argue with you." Now, when I think about that quote, I actually think about Dov Barron as well. In a podcast, I listened to him speak, and he was talking about how, we tend to say, let's hang around with like-minded people. And if you're always hanging around with like-minded people, you're going to be doing the same things over and over unless you have those challengers in there. And you're going to be thinking the same way. So again, we come back to diversity. We want to be able to stretch and grow. So you need to hang out with people who have a different perspective, different viewpoint. You might be through books, videos, podcasts. And as you listen to these different mediums, what you're going to do is you're going to integrate some of that new knowledge and challenge some of your own beliefs and your assumptions and integrate into the new person, that new standard. Because think about it, if you're hanging out with, surrounding yourself with positive influencers and you want to really identify who those are, or who they are, these are the people who are going to make sure you align with your core values. There's no struggle involved with hanging out with these people because they have the same core values. They also amplify who you become. You become better in the process, and so do they. So there is this synergy that bounces off one another, whether it be in conversation, whether it be in challenges, whether it be in connecting yourself to others. There is this camaraderie of people who are positive influencers, making a difference in this world. So think about who you're hanging out with. Is it time to increase your standards after you do your inventory? Thank you for joining me here. I'd love for you to go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com. That's Kasowski with an S. It's DEBRAKASOWSKI.com. Right now, for a limited time, because we're going to be switching things up, go over and get your 3-part video course called Making Habits Stick, so that you can build focus and consistency into your game plan and make things happen. I'd also like you to rate and review the podcast. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, rate, hit the bell, write a comment below about how you are going to surround yourself with positive influences. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world and go out and make today great.